Before this video begins, I have an announcement. Stay tuned to the end of the video. Oh, and the art in this video is fan art for Branda Hoops. Link to her Instagram will be below. I couldn't find if she had a YouTube channel, but this is the best I could do. So, yeah. Now, on to the story. Welcome to the pit. I'm Kit. So, this actually happened almost 2 weeks ago, and I'm telling you this story to learn from my mistakes and to be careful. So, to give you context, I recently graduated from art school, and I moved in with a relative so I could build up my skills in saving. The skills being my portfolio, because my portfolio, to be honest, looks a little blah blah blah. I mainly moved to the area where my relative lives in so I could get an opportunity to work in the art industry field. And after moving in, or in this case, after getting settled, I started applying for art jobs, as well as part-time jobs. Listen, a little word of advice. When you're fresh out of college and you don't have an internship, I suggest getting a part-time job so you can have the time to work on your portfolio. But at this point, it had been a month and I was able to land at least one part-time job. At the time of telling the story, I have 2. So, yay! I'm one step closer to achieving my goal. I'm gonna be independent. I'm a grown woman. I'm gonna succeed. I'm gonna push the heights. It was what I thought at the time. But after getting one victory, I was facing another huge problem. I was getting pressured by my family to find a quote-unquote real job or get a higher paying job. I'm still going through it now, so this isn't new or surprising. So, yeah. As I kept saying these words over and over again, even after I told them it's not possible at the moment, their words, my words in this case, kept falling on deaf ears, and their words were starting to hurt me. And then I just shut up and did whatever they were telling me to do, even though it was costing me mental anguish. It was because of that and the stress of not making everybody happy that I started to get sloppy when it came to job hunting. I signed up for job sites and they weren't even the real deal. On top of that, I was being sent job sites that were pretty much spam beyond spam belief and possibly getting me in trouble. It's just like, oh my God, these aren't even the real deal. So it was frustrating. And then what made it worse is that I was being told I was getting kicked out for the second time. That is a story we're gonna have to get into another time, but if you want to hear it, let me know. From there, things just started to get worse. I couldn't get interviews, I couldn't find a place to live, and I started to doubt myself, and I was stressed out of my mind, and I was worried that I'm gonna have to start living in my car, live on the streets, be homeless. And what was worse is that the family I thought loved and support me only loved and support me while I was still in school, thinking that what I was studying for is just a fever dream or it's not reality. I realized that now. And then I got an email. Just out of nowhere, an email. I was reached out by a gaming company. For the sake of this video, the gaming company is actually a real company, but they weren't the ones who scammed me. So I'm not going to give their name due to the fact that they had literally nothing to do with this. So for the sake of this video, for the sake of this video, we're going to call the scammers company Scum Company, okay? Because majority scammers. Actually, what am I talking about? All scammers are scum. So yeah, mental note, I'm not going to give you the name of the real company due to the fact that they had nothing to do with this. We're just going to call the scammers company Scum Company. Got it? Good. So Scum Company sent me an email stating they wanted to interview me after reviewing my application, and they would like, to give me an interview, give me a chance, give me a shot in the dark. Guys, the job that they wanted to interview me for was for a senior animator role and was going to pay me $55 an hour, and I would work remotely. I'm thinking to myself, is this a miracle from God? Am I going to be okay? Am I going to make it? But I was still kind of hesitant. So I was shocked, like, is this the real thing? Would I be able to move out? I can finally make my family understand and see what I can do. The Scum Company took the name of the real company, so while I was doing research for that, I couldn't find the people that claimed to work for the company. And if you guys ever do such a thing, and if a HR manager or a hiring manager from certain companies ever reach out to you, look them up on LinkedIn or Facebook or whatever site you can find to see if they're real. I did just that, and my dumb self still couldn't find them, so I believed, oh, they might be just new people that didn't update their LinkedIn or something like that. I don't know, I was desperate, guys. So I accepted the interview. I was told to make a separate Discord account to hold the interview, which I did. When the interview began, we didn't get into a video call. We only messaged each other for the interview, which, by the way, is actually common to have interviews in Discord, but not messaging interviews via Discord. Gaming companies do that nowadays. I know because I asked someone else who was in the industry. That's what I mean by who I asked. As far as I was told, I was speaking to a female and a male on the HR team. The lady of who I was talking to through Discord asked me industry-related question, but one question caused some warning lights to begin to flash. Pro tip, guys, pro tip. Industry jobs never ask you to buy something under the promise that they will reimburse you. In this case, they wanted me to buy a $1,000 phone so we could communicate with one another. This was one of the requirements for this job, in order for me to get this job, I mean. I was hesitant. I looked up the price of the phone that they wanted me to get, and I said, if they're willing to pay for it back and reimburse me, I said, sure, I'm willing to buy the phone. Note, I did not buy the phone. Okay, I did not buy the phone, because this was an interview. They didn't even say if I got the job yet. Okay, don't do that, kids. But yeah. So, like always, the interview went well, and I was told they would get in touch with me if/when I get the job. I wasn't expecting much. This isn't the first time a gaming company has reached out to me, or I reached out to them, they didn't say anything back, or so on and so forth. But then I got a call, and it was them. It was a man with an accent, and he said, congratulations, I got the job. I was so excited, and I felt safe. Guys, I was gonna make it. I was gonna be okay. Everything's gonna be fine. I'm gonna have an apartment. I'm gonna get my doggies. And he said he was gonna send over the papers that same day, which he did. I signed them. Tip number 2, if an industry job sends you a job offer that you didn't apply for, be cautious and ask questions, especially if it's a high up in the industry level job. Be cautious, guys. So anyway, after I got the news, I told my friends and I told my school counselor. They both congratulated me, and they were saying they're so happy, they're excited. I gave them as much information as I can. Guys, my school counselor, bless her soul, love her to bits. After I told her, because I told her later on in the day and it was almost nighttime, she felt a little off about something. So the next day, she asked me some questions regarding how the interview went, how they got in contact with me, classic things, etc., etc. How did they reach out? She was really worried, and then it all came together and it just crashed down. Like, realization just hit hard, guys. I called my school to see if they could help me. At this point, I started to break down, crying, praying, begging even, to see, just hoping that company was real. The company itself, like I said, it is real, but those quote-unquote 2 people were not. So, at this point, I was already at my other job for the day, and at this point, I already gave my bank info to these guys, and I was scared for my life because I'm like, oh my God, I barely have enough money as it is, and I have to start over again. That's going to be an issue. So I got connected to someone in the school office, and they connected me to the head of my people who were in my degree, who specialize in my area. And you can guess where the rest went from there. My heart shattered. They reached out to someone who actually works at the company, who was a friend of theirs, and they said, these people are not real. That was a scam. At that point, everything just snapped. It cracked. It dawned. The tears, everything that I've been holding back, I told him about. The family pressure, the lack of faith, and the threats of being kicked out yet again, not having the love and support, being homeless, etc. Like, I just let this man have it because I've been bottling it up for so long. And keep in mind, I have been out of school for 2 months at this point, guys. 2 months. And the tears flowed, scream, anger, everything. The school heard everything well, technically they recorded the call, so yeah, the school heard everything. They comforted me, and they were just there for me as I screamed and cried. After they got me to calm down and make sure I was okay, I said thank you, I hung up, and I immediately called my bank. And guess what? My bank got a notification that someone was trying to deposit all my money through an ATM. Can you believe that? Yeah. So as soon as I heard that, I told them, not me, cancel cards, freeze them, send me the new ones. So yeah, all of the above. And I was able to stop it before it got any worse from there. So thank God, thank Jesus for that. So yeah, that's the story. It was a hard lesson, but it was a great lesson. I haven't said anything to my family, and I sure as heck will not, because no. The lesson from this, kiddos, that I want you to take away is, don't let other people into your head. Especially if they don't have if they don't have any idea of how you operate in your field. Please, for the love of God, take your time, check every box, and ask for help. Specifically for people who, one, understand what you're going through, like basically in your field of studies, and two, who understand your goals and what your dreams are, especially. Anyway, this video got a little dark, but I'm sharing you this story because it wasn't embarrassing. Oh yes, but we ain't got time to live in the embarrassing moment. This is a learning lesson moment. We gotta live in the now, okay? We're living in the now. I really hope you like this story. Let me know if you want to hear more like this, because I have made mistakes before, like almost to this variation. So yeah, but yeah, we're getting back into storytelling, story times, all of that and the above, because this was just unexpected. Sorry, if you made it to the end of this video, which I really appreciate, I have an announcement. From now on, I'm going to be starting to sell backgrounds that I've made and that I'm most likely not going to use anymore. And I kind of want to get rid of them because they're taking up so much space. Anyway, I'll post them on my community tab on YouTube with the price listed. If you would like to buy them, keep an eye out. I'll even post them on Instagram at Kid Shadows. And yeah, that's it. I'm just getting into this. Thank you so much for your support. Thank you for watching this video. Please like and subscribe. Have a great day, week, month, year, and you are always welcome to the pit. Love you guys.